The next topic that we are studying is organic farming. Organic farming is a phrase we can say that has been coined in the 20th century, and words like organic farming and organic products have become buzzwords. Organic farming became very popular among masses when gradually people started to come to know about the effects of consuming fruits, vegetables that were grown using chemicals. They had hazardous effects on the bodies of human beings. We have seen about biomagnification and bioaccumulation of various chemicals. They may be harmful pesticides and insecticides or heavy metals in the bodies of various animals through the food chain. So organic products are being available and in demand since then, and their demand has been ever increasing. Chemical fertilizers and pesticides have been used on a very large scale since several years. But these chemicals are poisonous and they reach the human body through the food and water and have harmful effects on the body of the human beings, and at the same time they even have harmful effects on the environment. Organic farming is a technique which involves the cultivation of plants in natural ways. So this process involves the use of biological materials and it completely avoids synthetic substances so as to maintain the soil fertility and ecological balance, thereby minimizing pollution and waste. So instead of making use of chemical fertilizers, we make use of manure or vermiculture, compost that is prepared using dry leaves or domestic waste, cow dung, etc. Natural pesticides and insecticides like neem leaves can also be used. So this forms the part of organic farming. Now, compared with conventional agriculture, organic farming uses fewer pesticides. So this results in reduced soil erosion, decreases nitrate leaching into groundwater and surface water. Now, when we make use of chemical fertilizers, the main component of it is nitrogen and nitrogen based compounds. So these compounds, when added to the soil, mix with the water, and this water may even leach, that is penetrate into the groundwater and mix with it. So these nitrogen compounds can even get mixed with the source of water that is underground, or even surface water can get polluted. So to avoid all this, we can make use of natural substances as not only fertilizers but even pesticides and insecticides. Besides, we even have opted for genetically modified crops. Now, these type of crops definitely improve production and raise the farmer's income. But it has got certain disadvantages also. GM crops, as they are called as, that is genetically modified crops, reduce the use of pesticide and insecticide during farming. And the yield is also good. But at the same time, we find that it imposes high risks to the disruption of the ecosystem and biodiversity, in the sense that it can disrupt the gene flow, because here we are bringing about the artificial genetic manipulation, and so we are disrupting the natural process of gene flow. Moreover, these GM crops are costly for cultivation. The cost of such seeds is very high, And these transgenic crops are a threat not only to the environment but even may pose a human health risk. So, by using hybridization and genetic modification techniques, we are gradually even losing on our original local sturdy varieties. These local sturdy varieties of plants and their seeds had natural tendency to overcome uh, attacks by insects and pests. So with organic farming, we are bringing back those local sturdy varieties and we are cultivating them using natural fertilizers and pesticides. So farmers are opting for organic farming due to problems like soil infertility and pest infestation arising out of excessive use of chemical fertilizers. Organic farming includes complete ban on chemical fertilizers and pesticides and uses local sturdy varieties and thereby maintaining natural balance. So with organic farming, we are again turning towards healthy living by making use of natural and biological substances as our fertilizers and chemicals. The next topic is apiculture. Beekeeping or apiculture is the maintenance of bee colonies commonly in man-made hives. Now we all have seen huge big hives in tall buildings where these hives are prepared by the honeybees, but the way these bee hives are removed and honey is extracted from it is totally incorrect. It's the worst method of harvesting and collecting the honey. So what they do is they drive away the bees by smoking the hive with a burning torch and then cutting the hive into pieces. So this causes complete destruction of the hive and at the same time causes death of the honeybees also. So there is another way in which honey can be extracted from these hives without destroying the hive and the bees. And that is done with the help of apiculture, that is the rearing of honeybees to obtain various products from them. So this method of beekeeping is referred to as apiculture. Most such bees are honeybees in the genus Apis. The word Apis has a Latin word which means bees. But other honey producing bees such as Melipona, which is a stingless bee, is also kept. A beekeeper, also called as a apiarist, keeps bees in order to collect their honey. So this honey has got lot of nutritional value and other products that the hive produces, including bee wax. Bee wax is used in pharmaceutical industries, cosmetic industry, polishing industry. Propolis, which is bee glue, flower pollen to pollinate crops. We know that insects act as an agent of cross-pollination. So honeybees are one of the best agents that bring about the cross-pollination. And royal jelly. Royal jelly is used to feed the larvae and the queen bee or to produce bees for sale to other keepers. So all these are the various reasons for rearing the honeybees. A location where bees are kept is called apiary or bee yard. So this is a picture of an artificial beehive. It comprises of a wooden box you can see here and it has got various frames inside it. One of the frame he has removed. So these are removable. Here you can see the hexagonal shaped hives that have been prepared by the honeybees and it has got a lid also. The box has got a lid also. And such boxes are prepared and they are kept and generally a lot of flowering plants are also grown so that nectar is available for the honeybees. So apiculture is the act of rearing honeybees, and in this method the bees are bred commercially in apiaries. And apiary, as we said, it's an area where large number of beehives can be placed, and here the bees are taken care of and managed to produce honey and wax.